Okay, let's talk about your hometown. Number one, what kind of place is your hometown?
Well, it's a normal place with normal people and family and things like that.
Okay. Two, what do young people do for entertainment in your hometown?
Well, in the when I was a child, they play football, basketball, and things like that. But now they go to the home from a friend and play video games together.
All right. Three, what is the worst thing about living in your hometown and why?
No one is nothing worse in a big part of my hometown. Just I can say that in some parts it's difficult to live because there'll be a little bit of violence. So I think that that is the only worst thing that it has.
All right. I'd like to move on and ask you some questions about tourism in your country. Um, what you should a visitor see and do in your country?
Well, in my country, there are a lot of things that a tourist can make, do so and watch. We have a lot of museums, beautiful beach, a lot of things like that. So, including in the cities, they are touristic spots that they would like to see.
Uh, are there any traditional art or music that you will recommend it and why?
Well, it's a lot of things and different forms of art. For example, I can recommend the art of Frida Kahlo, but also we have the the one's piece of art that Diego Rivera created in the walls, talking about the history of Mexico.
Tell me about the kind of visitor who come to your country.
Well, it can come anyone that they like because it's a very incredible country in the part that do not refuse any visitor. They all they are all welcome.
Let's move on and talk about being on time for appointment. Is being late acceptable in your culture and why not? And
Uh,
why or why not?
well, it's accepted because in the town we have a lot of cars, so the traffic and being late is something normal. Sometimes they can bring you on time, but it's something a little bit a special moment or place.
Alright, and are you ever late for appointment? Why and why or why not?
Of course, I've been late sometimes in different occasions. Well, the principal is the traffic, or also that I can organize all my time to go to the place or visit the person that I was within the hour to see in the moment that we talk about.
Alright, and what type of skills do you think are alright for Latinx?
The normal one that is also that it has been a lot of traffic, so I was late.
Alright. And how do you feel when someone is late for an appointment with you?
I accept it because it's something normal that I live in my city.
Alright. Before you talk, no, well, see. Before you talk, you all have 1 minute to think about uh, what you are going to say, and you can make notes if you wish. Do you? Nice. Sí, man. One, two, three. Describe something you own which is very important to you. You should say what you use it for. How long? Okay.
Well, it can be my cell phone. I use it for listen music, do calls, also do my homework because now with the pandemic it's something that I use a lot. And I have it since the last year, and I got it by my mom because he changed this one that I already have for a new one that Apple sold in the last year. And it's important for me because it's something that, well, I always do, and it's also useful no matter the moment and the place. It can be for play music or something, or something else. Cell phone have a lot of functions.
Uh, First, let's consider values and the way they change. What kind of possessions give status to people in your country?
Um, well, the normal ones that are very expensive, like cars, cell phones, clothes, things like that.
Alright. Has it always been the same, or were different possessions thought of as valued in the past?
Well, the things will be the same and in the past and now, but the only difference it can be the expensive of the price, and also I don't know the origin of for the object. For example, now we have Ford and that, and I imagine that in the past number of a car was completely different.
Alright. Why do you think people need to show their status in society?
For the idea that they need to look important or see something like that, so they can feel better than they are in the society.
And now, we'll discuss the role of advertising. Do you think advertising influence what people buy?
Of course, because if you see something that you think is amazing, incredible, because I don't know, a famous is using or something similar, they want to buy it and feel like the person or feel important or someone with a lot of status.
Do advertisements give correct information, or do they encourage people to buy things that they may not need?
Well, some advertisement they already do that lie the people to buy something that do not is correct, or or that do the same thing that in the advertisements say, but also some advertisements the sold the same thing that they are showing to the persons or to the persons.
And is advertising really necessary in modern society?
I think that yes, because advertisement show the new product, the new things that, for example, the inventors are creating, or so that people can know about it and use it and expand. So yes, I think that they are necessary.